Hey, what's up, y'all? In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 mistakes that single-member LLCs make. Check it out. What's up, y'all? My name is Saluto Uba, and I'm the founder of the Uba Law Group. We're a law firm that helps companies protect their business, brand, and bank. And today, we want to talk about mistakes that single-member LLCs make that are going to cost them big time if they don't fix them. But first, before that, I'd like to ask you to hit that subscribe button, you hit that like button on this video, share this with anybody that you know has a single member LLC, because the tips that we talk about might very well save their business. Now, the first mistake that we see single member LLCs make is not having their mindset right. And what I mean by that is, oftentimes when people create an LLC and it's just them, they can easily slip into a mode where they think that the LLC and them are the same thing. Now, it's very important that every single member LLC owner have a sharp distinction between themselves and the LLC, because that is the whole basis of their protection. When you form an LLC, the purpose of doing that is to create an entity that is separate from you. So you have a wall of protection in between you, the individual, and the business that you've created. Oftentimes we see with single member LLCs, they start to forget about that balance of protection and they start to treat the LLC like it's the same thing as them personally. And that's a big problem, because it's going to mess you up in your day-to-day affairs as a business owner. Now, in the legal world, there's a concept called piercing the corporate veil. And what it means is that if you behave with your business like it's not a legitimate business, like it's not its own separate entity, then if there's legal action, somebody can go to the judge and ask that you not receive any business protection, because they're going to say that you've been treating yourself like you're the business the whole time. So their argument is going to be, you don't treat your business like it's a separate entity, so they don't want you to get that business entity protection. They want you to be personally responsible for what happens. It's called piercing the corporate veil, and it sucks. We don't want it to happen to you, so we got to make sure that you as a business owner have your mindset right and that you're treating your company like its own legitimate, separate company. Now, the second mistake that we see single member LLCs make all the time is not having internal documents. And this is kind of a subset from the first mistake. If you just think, it's just me, I'm the only person in the company, I don't need to follow any of these rules, I don't need to have any of these things set up at all, you're gonna be in big trouble. Your internal documents for your company are what lays out a lot of the protections and the protocols in your business. And on top of that, depending on what state you're in, there are additional protections that you can receive from your internal documents. So if you're running around doing business and you don't have any internal documents set up, then in the event of a lawsuit, you're not going to have anything that can protect you, and most likely you're going to default to some state rules that aren't set up and customized in your favor like specialized internal documents would be if you had them made for your business. You are a legitimate company, even if you're a single member LLC, so you have to treat yourself that way and you have to protect yourself that way. These internal documents are not dispensable. Now, the third and final mistake we're going to talk about today for single member LLCs is co-mingling funds. This is a big one, and this is a big problem that we see when people are just the sole owner of their company. Co-mingling funds happens when you take business money and you use it to pay for personal expenses. Taking business money to pay for personal expenses is co-mingling funds. And the reason why this is such a big problem is like we talked about in step 1. When you are co-mingling funds, that could be a big case that you are going to pierce the corporate veil. If someone sees you taking your business money and paying for your personal life with it, they have a big argument to say that, hey, this person isn't treating their company like a separate entity. They're treating their company like it's an extension of themselves. So if you get into a lawsuit, if there's any legal action, they can go to a judge and they can make a case that you and the business should be treated like it's the same thing. You shouldn't have any business protection at all. That's what happens when you commingle funds. And we see it all the time with clients. Many people not trying to do it, many people just forget. But you need to make sure that you take lots of precautions and create systems in your company, in your business, that stop you from commingling funds. And if you've done it in the past, you need to cut it out and as much as possible, rectify those situations, but make sure that you understand that this is a big deal and this is serious. It's a big red flag and it'll get you in a lot of trouble as a business owner. So that's it. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I hope this wasn't too haunting if you've done any of these things that I'm talking about, but just know that as a single member LLC, you have a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom. However, you still need to run your company like a legitimate company. You need to follow these basic rules so you can stay protected and accomplish your dreams. If you need help with any of these things, if you're confused by any of the things that we talked about, please feel free to hit me up on the link and let's schedule a free discovery call. We help people with this stuff all the time. If you're about to form a single member LLC and you don't know how to start, we take care of this every single day and we're more than happy to help you. So until next time, keep on grinding, keep on hustling. I believe in you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.